It's a game that could have been worthy of the final itself had both teams made it through, but it's not to be. It will be the battle for 5th and 6th. Here come Aspire Qatar looking for a third goal. It's Rashid. Isa. Looking for Hazim. It will just race away. He does well to keep the ball in play, though. Set up the second goal for Khalid Mubarak. It's Khalifa's cross. It's just too high for Rashid. Headed away by Nakagawa. This is Nakamura. Riku Nakamura, one of the two Nakamuras on the field for Kashiwa. Khalid Munir.
Well played again by Aspire. They're getting stuck into him, not letting him settle, not letting him move the ball around, creating opportunities. When they get the opportunity, putting balls into the box. You know, and they've really come out positive in this second half. Aspire.
Chase on here for Tanaka. In fact, it looks like Kashiwa had made 2 changes at the start of the second half. The board didn't go up. I think that was the confusion. Yutaka Yano is one of the players to come on. We'll try and just clear that up for you in a moment, but normally what happens is the substitutes wait at the sidelines, the referee comes back on at the start of the second half, and then the substitutions are made, but that's not happened in this case. On this case, just to confuse the issue. In fact, Yutaka Yano has come on, as has Taiga Ota. As we said, it would appear that was the case, and it looks as though Riku Achai is one of those that's gone off, as has Kuzuki Kajima, it would appear. So double change made by Naoki Saki at the start of the second half. Unusually for him, but desperate measures, or desperate times call for desperate measures. See how those changes can affect the shape in the second half.
It's good to see some fresh players coming on as well. You know, they must be exhausted, some of these players. They've had some tough games in what, just over a week.
5th game for both these teams. We only started a week last Monday. Kashiwa played back-to-back games on the opening, well, the second and third day of the competition rather. A 2-2 draw with Barcelona and a 2-1 victory over Paris Saint-Germain. That's a great ball through. Ota hits the inside of the post. Great chance, and the follow-up is way over the top from Rika Nakamura. Second time he's failed to hit the target, but straight away Taiga Ota almost causing a problem for Aspire Qatar.
That's what we want, more of that, you know, going forward, being positive. You think, well, go on, tuck it away. He catches it fantastically, but it just comes off the post. That's what they want, get in those situations, lay balls through to people to come onto. That's what you need more of. Kashiwa, that's a great start to the second half. 49 minutes gone, they've just hit the post, but they're still losing 2-0 to Aspire Qatar.
Inches away from getting a goal back, the Japanese. They'll be inspired by that though. Nakamura. Here is Ota again.
I'm going to keep, because we've seen the Japanese in, I'm going to keep an eye on the first team and the league to see what the, you know, the standard must be very good for these to be playing like this. So it's really opened my eyes, and I'm going to watch. I'm going to try and get involved with a bit of Japanese football and see what sort of. They must have a lot of talent out there.
Well, so, as we've said, isn't it? A lot of the teams come here, the junior teams, and play the same philosophy as the first team. So Kashiwa Reysol finished 10th in the J-League last season, but the under-18s are winners of a national tournament 2 years ago. They've always been there or thereabouts at a junior level. So if those young players start coming through into the first team, maybe we'll see Kashiwa Reysol flying high and looking for places in the Asian Champions League as well, of course.
Well, this is the standard what they're at. So this is obviously the leagues what they're, you know, what they're playing in Japan. So you know, it must be. They've been a breath of fresh air because we didn't know anything about them, and they do everything right. And they just, the only thing with them, they just started off playing too well at the start. And it's very hard to improve on that. But I'll definitely keep an eye out on these players, you know, and their club.
As you mentioned, there will be an under-17 World Cup next year. I think it's in New Zealand. So Japan are normally perennial qualifiers for the under-17s. It'll be interesting to see how many of the players that are appearing in this Kashiwa Reysol team make the national team. Always very efficient, all the Asians when they go to big tournaments, Japanese, the South Koreans.
The only thing in the tournament is we've had everybody, all the top quality teams, Barcelona, AC Milan, Real Madrid. Well, obviously Real Madrid are still in it, but the thing what's actually got to the final is the Aspire International. Now, Aspire International, they're not from wealthy upbringing or anything like that, but they've got grit and determination because they want to make it that little bit more than the other teams. You know, this is their chance to do something in life, and this is what's winning. So you can have all this and you can play all the good football, but you've got to have that bit of courage just to step up and be a professional footballer. It's difficult, it's hard.
Well, you see it a lot, don't you, in the modern professional game. So many African footballers who come from humble backgrounds, a lot of the money that they earn, they send back home to help support their families and villages and people like that. You're often reading, and they set up foundations and they use the money. They don't go out and buy flash cars. They may drive a nice car, but they send a lot of that money back, well aware of where their roots have come from, which is great.
Very, very grounded, and it's an opportunity to get out of where they're living, you know, and it's a really hotbed to get zoned in on. You know, Yaya Toure, SCN, there's so many players what have, you know, come from these tough backgrounds, and it means a lot, and it's that you can't beat that. You know, I'd like to be able to just have a magic wand and say this is how easy it is to be a footballer. It's not. It's the setbacks, it's all the different things, and if you can still come through that and make it.
Great ball through to Otta. Nakamura, lovely turn. It's Otta, they're queuing up, and Otta calls a goal back for Kashiwa Reysol. Either Nakamura or Otta look likely to finish that one, and Aspire Qatar have finally been breached, and maybe the comeback's on for Kashiwa. It's 2-1.
Yeah, Nakamura, what a turn that was. It came into him, the turn did everything, and then straight away there he was. Hiruma won it. Hiruma who just went forward and just slid it under the keeper. Really good, great turn by Nakamura. See, when they're positive like this, they're dangerous. You know, this is what they do. They've got the good play, but can they bring this creating opportunities, you know, to the forefront? And this is what they've done second half. They're back in the game now. It's 2-1.
They're back in the game. Taiga Otta, half-time substitute, taking just 9 minutes to make a mark. Now, can the Japanese go on and get something? If it were to finish level at 90 minutes, by the way, we'd go straight to penalties. There's no extra time in this, but here comes Khalid Munir for Aspire Qatar. He's done well. Tried to slip it through, but Shiroa makes the interception. Issa. Overlap from Khalifa. Don't think he'll keep that one in play, though.
Just a little bit, one pass too much then from Munir. Just broke into the box, did really well, and you just think, can he slide it through? Just that one pass too much.
Stabbed the ball away, but the yellow shirts creeping into the Aspire Qatar half. Yano. Foul by Malki, who's struggling to contain Riku Nakamura, although the referee has now given the free kick the other way. That was the initial challenge.
He was just holding behind him then, just had his arms round him. But you have to look at these Aspire lads. It's only been going for 4 or 5 years, Aspire, so you know they've got plenty of learning to do. It's only really, it's a fresh idea. It's only after 4 years you start seeing it. The more times they play in these competitions, the more games. There's another yellow card there.
For time wasting again.
I don't know why you've got to do that. I don't know why the ref's got to get a yellow card out.
2 yellow cards for time wasting now. Zara, the latest to go into the book. Pushing header from Shiro down to Tanaka, loses possession. Anzai did well. Still going, Munir. Just lost possession. One too many challenges to try and overcome.
Yeah, good skills then. He just had too many players to beat, but he beat 2 or 3. If he could have just tried to get a shot off, or do something, or pass it to somebody else, it might have been a better option for him. But he looks a good player, good with the ball around his feet, beats players at ease. Can we get the ball?
He's up back to his goalkeeper. Let's a look at the good footwork by Khalid Munir at the other end. Almost found a way through, just 2. Good challenge by Mori.
He looks tired, Rashid, now. I've been looking at bringing him off. It's probably one game too many for him.
That's Rashid tussling away with Riku Nakamura. Ball's back with So Nakagawa. Hayate Shiroa. Quarter of an hour to go, plus stoppage time. There's a strong challenge, and Taiga Otto had just left the Japanese down, clutching his right ankle. Both feet off the ground. So the referee gives a yellow card for time wasting, but sees that as nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, he goes in. You're not allowed to lift your feet up at the moment, but gets away with it. As long as he gets up, the Kashiwa player is up now, and he's hobbling a bit, but he'll run it off.
Another strong challenge from Khalid Mubarak on Anzai this time. Yano. Anzai. It's Yano again. Riku Nakamura holding the outside line. Yano tried to slip it through to Nakamura, and again it was inches away from being a perfect pass to Nakamura. And here comes Khalid Munir. Rashid trying to get up with him. Might go all the way on his own here. Still going, Munir. Still going. Got the shot in by the aid of a deflection. It goes wide, but again, Khalid Munir rising to the occasion once again, but unluckily didn't hit the target.
Yeah, but he gets a shot off. That's the main thing. He gets in there, gets that little bit of a time, gets a shot off, but he earns his team a valuable corner. I think we need to get this lad on the ball more. Get him around the box.
Here is Khalid Munir again with the cross. Goalkeeper hesitating, and Rashid heads it wide.
You've got to score there. The ball, great ball into the box. You've got the goal in front of you. You've just got to get your head on it and place it into the goal. Doesn't get enough on it. Glances it down, but it just goes to the side of the goal. They should have scored. They could have put the game to bed then, Aspire. Great ball, not very good header. Goals in front of you, it's probably harder to miss. Put your head down, scored a goal.
Well, there were 2 of them there. Khalid Mubarak was there as well, right behind him. You felt one of them would score, but not to be. So we still are finely poised going into the final 13 minutes. This is Anzai. Now Nakamura. Overlap coming up from Mori if he needs him. Checks to go, or opts to go back inside. Here's Anzai. Poor flick on. Aspire Qatar, plenty of players back behind the ball. That was a high challenge from Riku Tanaka.
It's a good last 12 minutes or something in this game. It seems to have livened up a bit. But Aspire, what a glorious opportunity that was then. The ball into the box was... Get yourself a goal to make it 3-1. Doesn't keep his eye on the ball, gets a little glance on it, and it doesn't go anywhere near the goal. But the same thing then. Kashiwa down the other end. You know, it's really going to be really open for these last 10-12 minutes. Can Aspire hold on?
That is the question. Will be answered in the next 12 minutes or so. Khalid Mubarak with a... Khalid Munir rather with a ball across, which is just too far ahead of Nawab. Both sides keen to finish the competition with a win, of course.
Sails over the bar. Nice little bit of pressure then by Aspire. But now it's Kashiwa breaking again.
It's a tired looking ball from Rika Nakamura. But Kashiwa do have the throw. It'll be Nakamura to take it. Shunta Nakari substitutions. That must be the lowest in the whole of the competition so far. Coach is realising it's the last game, so just draining that last little bit of energy from the players in a bid to finish in 7th. Away by Takahashi again. Yano. Tanaka. Lovely ball to Nakamura. Otta, if he releases the ball quickly, Otta would have been onside. He couldn't quite stab it forward though.
Great long pass then.
Mori. 4 lined up on the edge of the penalty area for Kashiwa. Yano. Stuff through. Oh, chance. Oh, he's offside. It came off the defender as well. Now, that'll be interesting to see that one again.
I don't know about that. It did flick up off the defender. If you just watch it now.
Marginal again, isn't it?
Maybe just offside. Maybe a good decision by the linesman. It's looking like it's going to penalties now. Still got more or less 2 minutes left. Can Aspire get this last opportunity, or Kashiwa? Aspire are now pushing forward. Oh, a little bit slack then, just given away and played out of play.
Kashiwa looking to play out from the back. There's Kalimunia. Amro just ran away from him. Anzai gets a foot in. One last chance maybe for Kashiwa. Nakamura. Anzai. Here's Nakamura. Overlap again from Daika Mori. Nakamura. Is this the moment for Kashiwa? Oh, he's offside.
Every one of their penalties was perfect, you know, and it was an experience, but not a nice experience.
So Kashiwa with their second penalty. Oh, and he's saved by the goalkeeper. Good push away by Abdul. And it's Koga with the penalty. And a good save by the Aspire Qatar goalkeeper.
That's 1-0 to Dad, innit? Waiting for Jim's team now just to... Great save then by the keeper. You know, he's took the gamble, got it right and palmed it away from the goal.
Next up will be Amro for Aspire Qatar to put them into a 2-1 lead. Second penalty for Aspire Qatar. First time we've had a shootout in this competition in the knockout stages. Here comes Amro against Takahashi. Really good penalty. Goalkeeper went the wrong way. And Amro makes it 2-1.
That is a quality penalty. He goes up there, just gets it with his right foot. Keeper sent the wrong way for the second time. Aspire's penalties at the moment are stunning, fantastic.
Really well taken penalty by Amro to put his side 2-1 up. Next it's Yutaka Yano, the half-time substitute for Kashiwa. And he needs to score this. They don't want to fall too far behind in the shootout. 5 penalties each, don't forget. If it's still level, we go to sudden death. Abdul Wait saved the last one. Here comes Yano, beautifully done. Confidently rolled into the bottom corner to make it 2-2.
Yeah, great penalty again, sent the keeper the wrong way. Right foot, put it to the right. The keeper thought he was going to go to his right and dived out the way, but great penalty. It's the long walk in it to the ball.
It's the long walk, it's the walk back if you miss that's the worst. It's Malky, the full-back, that will take. I'm sure the coach has said, look, nobody's going to blame an individual if they miss a penalty. We've seen it so many times, haven't we? Tears of sheer, utter dismay and misery. Here comes Malky against Takahashi, underside of the bar, and away, and a chance for Kashiwa to get back into the shootout.
He's beating the keeper, but there's just too much height on it. It bounces off the crossbar, but doesn't go in. Beats the keeper, but just too much on it.
Next is Taiga Otta, who scored the first Kashiwa goal 9 minutes into the second half, having come on as a half-time substitute in place of Kazuki Kajima. Abdul waits. Goalkeepers can move along the line, of course. They can't move forward. Here comes Otta. Again, goalkeeper goes the wrong way. Another really well-taken penalty by Taiga Otta to make it 3-2 to Kashiwa.
It's a goal in open play and a great penalty again then. Very much like the couple we've seen before it. Right foot. Just slides it past the goalkeeper making the wrong choice.
So Khalifa coming forward. Fourth penalty for Aspire Qatar.
We've had everything, haven't we? Goals, now penalty kicks.
Great drama in the 7th and 8th place playoff. Here comes Khalifa against Takahashi, and again, as cool as you like, he rolls it into the bottom corner, and we're back level at 3-3 with one penalty of the 5 each to go.
This is when there's a little bit more pressure on the lads.
No margin for error now.
No margin at all.
Well, it is effectively sudden death now.
This is the one.
It's Nakamura, again, who had an excellent 90 minutes.
This was the one what Chris Makin struggled with a little bit, and it just sneaked in at Wembley. He panicked like anything, did like a little flip at the end when he scored. I didn't, I just roofed it. Anyway, on with the penalties.
Here's Nakamura against Abdul. Casual! Goalkeeper got a hand to it, but could only help it into the net.
Unlucky by the keeper there. Got his hand, but just couldn't get enough on it.
Well, this is it. This is the moment. There's a look at the penalty again. Great hand on it by the goalkeeper, but well placed by Nakamura. Managed to get it right out of the way of the goalkeeper. That's Rashid that's coming forward with the 5th penalty, and he has to score to take us to sudden death.
Scored a few goals in the tournament. I really enjoyed watching this lad play. I hope he doesn't miss this now. Rashid
against Takahashi. Will Takahashi emerge the hero for Kashiwa Reysol? Here comes Rashid ahead in the shootout. Here he comes against Abdul. Very little run up, and again sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Better to be taking first in this situation. You're always putting pressure on the opposition.
Listen, you better get your boots on you. You could be taking one in a minute.
The goalkeepers might be taking one. That would be good.
Chris looks, we went a bit white then when I said that. Hey, don't panic, Chris. It's gone now. We've done half time now.
Khalid Munir coming forward.
Another good player. Can't see him missing. Think he's got confidence. He's great on the ball.
For their tournament to end, they led 2-0 before Khalid Munir missed in the shootout. 2-2 after 90 minutes. But it's the Japanese that triumph after spot kicks in a dramatic finish to the 7th and 8th place match. Kashiwa Reysol win it 5-4 in the shootout. They finish in 7th. Aspire Qatar finish in 8th.